All right, what's up, YouTube family? It looks like we got an update in this Diddy trial. We got Boosie coming out, who's been very vocal, but he got a lot of things to say about Cassie and the things that she allowed. And me, I'm your boy G, back with another banger. Let's get into this. Boosie was very outspoken, saying what he wanted to say.
One of Diddy's trial for sex trafficking charges is officially in the books. Now, for this trial, there's a jury of 8 men and 4 women that were chosen. Now, everybody from Diddy's immediate family came out to support him. His kids were there, his mom was there, and Diddy actually showed love to them when he walked into court. Now, after opening statements were made, 2 people got on the stand to testify. One was the security guard from the hotel that Diddy allegedly beat Cassie, and the other one was a male escort that Diddy allegedly hired to have sex with Cassie. Now, this is the part that a lot of people are focused on, because I'll be honest with you guys, the details just sound disgusting and downright horrifying. Now, the escort's name is Daniel Phillip. He testified about the nasty sex sessions he had with Diddy and Cassie. Now, during one of their sexual escapades, Daniel recalled Diddy telling him, yo, y'all need to rub more baby oil on each other. You don't have enough on. So while Daniel, Phillip, and Cassie would be having sex in the hotel room, apparently Diddy would be in the corner just masturbating. Phillip said he was paid up to $6,000 a pop for each sex session, which according to Daniel, it went on for a couple years, and each session was about 10 hours. Now, Phillip also claimed during the sessions, he witnessed domestic abuse. He allegedly saw Diddy beating Cassie a couple times. According to Phillip, he never really went to the police over his concerns for Cassie's safety. Even though he believed Cassie was in real danger, he saw Diddy as somebody with unlimited power, and chances are that even if I did go to the police, that I still might be losing my life. Now, here's where things got interesting yesterday, you guys. Prosecutors said earlier yesterday that Diddy was the one that forced the male escort, Phillip, to pee in Cassie's mouth. But when Phillip got up on the stand to testify, he said Cassie was actually the one who asked him to pee on her. Phillip said they had just come out of the room and she had asked me if I have ever done that before, and I said no. She told me to do it, and apparently I was doing it wrong because they both stopped me and told me I was supposed to let a little out and not take a leak on her. Diddy was masturbating as Phillip peed on Cassie. Now, Lauren LaRosa, who was actually there in court while all this was going on, she was able to speak more in detail about this.
But trafficking and all the other things being things that he is not willing to own up to. There's a lot to break down from today. It was very detailed.
Now let's get into the whole peeing in the mouth by the escort. So on the stand, the prosecution did allege that Cassie is going to testify that Puff allegedly had made a male escort pee in her mouth. That is what they alleged in their opening statements. There was an escort that got on the stand as a witness. During this testimony, this escort talked about being made to pee in Cassie's mouth. But this witness says that it was Cassie who asked him to do that, and that Puff was watching, and honestly, that was stricken. Like the jurors, when he got into, like, because he was speaking directly about Cassie and the fact that Cassie allegedly asked him to do it, and that's why he did it. And he was saying that at first he didn't know how to do it, like he was just like peeing like he normally pees, and that Cassie, along with Puff, was basically telling him, like, slow down, like don't let it all come out at one point, like you know what I mean, like you're really peeing. And then that one line I just said about him saying what Puff and Cassie said to him together about that was stricken from the jurors. Like they're not even allowed to use that, because his original conversation around this was Cassie asked him to do that, allegedly, and that Cassie was like the mastermind behind that. Cassie is going to testify, and that's going to happen this week. To be honest with y'all, I wouldn't be surprised if it happens tomorrow. So the prosecutors' opening statements are being picked up, but there was a witness on the stand that changed that whole story.
Now, this revelation and
Good Lord. So now it's coming out that this is probably one of the star witnesses that could have said that Diddy was doing X, Y, and Z to Cassie, but now it's coming out that Cassie was actually telling him that's what she wanted. That's the things that she wanted done. So this goes against the prosecution's whole case that Diddy was forcing her to do these things. They're saying that they seen physical abuse, but that's a domestic violence case. If Cassie is telling these escorts what to do, and this is the same thing we heard from what's the city girl name? Young Miami. The thing she liked to do, she said she liked it also. So what's going on in Hollywood? Because now it's seeming like the females like this stuff in Hollywood. Let's finish this video. I'm going to give y'all my opinion at the end. This is a little insane.
Had everybody thinking about the case differently. Boosie actually spoke on it and said, yo, she liked piss in her mouth. I don't see any crimes he has done. Everything was consensual. She enjoyed the sex thrills and the gifts after. I see no crime but domestic violence in this case. Shaking my head, but to let Hugh Hefner do whatever. Sad. If he was black, he would have been in prison. Let's keep it 1,000. Now, whether or not Boosie's right, all I'm gonna say is it's only day one. There is going to be a lot more people testifying. There's going to be a lot more details to be revealed in this case. Let's not jump to a conclusion just yet based off of what we heard in the first day. Once all the evidence has been fully laid out, hopefully the jury will make the right decision, whether that's guilty or not guilty. Also very important to note that Diddy's daughters are also there in court. So all these nasty, wild details, some of it they're actually hearing for the first time about their father. So it's a very sensitive situation all around. I will keep you guys updated. You guys get in the comments below.
Yeah, this is nasty work, and this is a bombshell for the prosecution, because they wanted to paint it as if Diddy was forcing her to do this. Now it's being said that the male escort actually was being told by Cassie to do these things, which throws a wrench in the prosecution's whole case, because the prosecution was hoping that he got on the stand and said Diddy forced him to do that, and then they were going to bring Cassie in, and Cassie was going to say Diddy forced it, and it would look like it was actually a trafficking situation going on. Now it's just looking like they were having their escapades, and they would both get escorts, and they would both have a good time while Diddy sat in the corner and he did his thing. That's Chigs and Lauren LaRosa just told you the things that Diddy would do. And I think it's dope that Lauren LaRosa is following this case. Boosie, on the other hand, he's been outspoken this whole time as if he's known some of the backstories and things that he's known that's going on. He probably knows that a lot of these females, it's starting to seem like a lot of these females in the industry actually like being urinated on. I don't know what's going on with that. That's a different type of, kink that I ain't really privy to. You get what I'm saying? Maybe I'm boring. I might just be boring. Drop it in the comments, chat. Am I just boring? Do I not know what's going on out here? Because if you got Cassie, who's telling the escort how to do it and giving him instruction like, no, don't let the whole water fall out. Just let it dribble on my forehead a little bit. What? Then you got Young Miami, when she was with Diddy, saying that she prefers it and likes that also. And then we know the whole R. Kelly situation and all that. And it's starting to look like it's a lot of things going on in hip hop and entertainment that maybe I'm just not privy to, or maybe I'm just boring. Maybe I'm boring. I like the boring life then. I don't know. All right, so y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. I'm going to follow this story, the Diddy story. I've been getting hit up by people saying, yo, you going to follow the Diddy story? I am going to follow the Diddy story. The only thing about following the Diddy story is this is a federal case. So there's no cameras allowed inside the courtroom. So getting some of the information can be a little strenuous here and there. But we are going to follow it because this is a big case and it deserves to be followed at this point. All right. It's your boy, What's Up, G? If anybody told you they love y'all today, I love y'all. I'm out, y'all. This is nasty, nasty work.